So I finally found, let me sit up so I'm actually close to my microphone and shit. Finally found an objective flaw with Under Night and Birth. EXE late. Let me show you. This shit's ridiculous. Let me just, screw it. We'll just pick this one. Watch how long this takes. So we're timing this. Started at about 20 seconds. We're gonna be here for about another 15, I think. If I remember correctly. I mean, like, when you actually say it, right? That was almost exactly 15 seconds. That was like 16 and a half. When you actually say it, right? Like, oh my god, this took 16 whole seconds. You sound like such a dick. Right? Like, I have to imagine you hearing me saying that, like, it's fucking 15 seconds, man. It's not that goddamn. See, this is the part that takes forever. This verifying replay data thing. Don't know why it takes that long. But good god, I went through and I downloaded every single available replay that was there. It took me like 45 minutes. Took ages, man. Oh god, please don't tell me it's gonna take like 30 seconds just to load it. Oh no, okay, that's not all that bad. We good. We solid. We're gonna have to figure out the controls here. So what we got first? Yuzuriha Byakuya. I should have remembered that. I just downloaded this. I should learn Yuzuriha. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I've always known of another objective flaw with this game. There's no in-game, like, tutorial or combo mode or anything like that. So if you want to really truly learn a character, you have to either start from square one and figure it all out yourself, which has a certain appeal, but like when it comes to actual optimal combos, that's incredibly hard to do. It's been very rare. I mean, honestly, it's been basically, well, you know, we'll talk about that after this is over. Let's talk, damn, the Veil Off combo! Let's go, Yuzuriha! Damn, she just used, like, whatever she is doing, that is using all of her grid. So I wonder if it's really difficult to actually maintain grid control with Yuzuriha. Because, like, whatever she did that caused that cross-up, I shouldn't really say it's a cross-up, but, like, the dash-through took, like, 3 bars of her grid. Is she dead? Byakuya going in? Let me actually check. Is there, like... Let me see. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. So as far as I can tell, yeah, there's nothing I can actually do here. I can't, like, fast forward, I can't pause. Well, I mean, I can pause by doing that. But, like, there's no actual pause menu or anything for me to do. It's just, you gotta just watch the match. That was fucking, I think that crossed up again if I saw her turn around correctly. Those webs, man. Oh, he was grid broken. I didn't notice that. I gotta be paying attention to the little details. Oh yeah, that's a punish. That's another big thing about grid is a lot of the time, like, you don't really cancel anything with it. You kind of just use it to reset yourself back to square one and kind of check out the situation, see where you're at. And using grid right there gave her a very obvious window of punishment. That web is the worst part about Byakuya. Like, those webs are so intimidating. Oh, man. So anyway, oh god, what was I going to talk about? Oh, no. I think why do you have to verify my replay data every time I interact? Okay, so I'm not going to be, this is something I'm going to have to do off camera, because this is like, I mean, this is going to give me about 30 seconds of downtime between matches if I delete them. And then, so I'm going to start from the bottom so that I can just move up, and then once I'm done, I delete. Actually, this was mad old, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. No, wait, no. I must have... Oh, shit. I wonder if this is like... So with Guilty Gear... actually, this may be the case. Damn, 85.3% win percentage. With Guilty Gear, there's a maximum. You can only have 100 replays saved. And I wonder if that's the same thing here, because I remember having one still there from ages ago when, like, I actually was, because I downloaded a bunch of replays of Nanase players to see what I could learn from them. Oh, that reminds me of what I was going to talk about. But yeah, so I downloaded a bunch of replays for Nanase, and then I recorded that video as well. And I still had one of them left over, so obviously the download date would have been sometime in like probably 2015, right? That was when this game first came out. And that is gone, so I wonder if there's a limit. Because Guilty Gear actually tells you it's like overwrote replay data to make room for this one. Some kind of message like that. But this one did not give me any kind of message, but it seems to have automatically deleted one of those, so I'll have to remember that. But, so yeah, in terms of like learning the game, there is something to be said about learning from the ground up, because it makes it so that you're not... your view of a character is not tainted by somebody else's. Like, you may come across... you may analyze a character and come to a completely different conclusion about how they should be played than somebody else would. And so it's kind of... there's definitely a positive side toward just approaching a game on your own without any outside influence whatsoever and learning it from the ground up. But it's going to take a hell of a lot longer than looking up online resources that can teach you things about the character's mechanics and their combos and stuff like that. And so that is one thing that I think that there's... every fighting game can improve on. Guilty Gear does it very well in terms of the amount of knowledge they try to give you, allow you access to from within the game itself, where otherwise most fighting games would have you visit some sort of like a wiki or some kind of composition of data for the game. And so that's definitely like one problem with this game as well, is that like there's no resources within the game itself to really understand how a character works and how their mechanics work, and what like their baseline combos are that you should be focusing on without doing it yourself. I said, it didn't look like it was actually gonna work. This is the dirtiness of Seth. He can definitely just set those down and just kind of chill and let you fuck up. Because that's one aspect of fighting games that a lot of people kind of ignore, is this just native intimidation factor that occurs when you just do nothing. Where it's like, what the hell is this player actually up to? What are they like, what are they doing? What's their plan that they can just sit there and not do anything at all? Unfortunately, this Seth keeps dropping this shit. But you can't really do against Linne. Linne is a very strong character. So that's actually something else that you may have seen right there. Throws in this game do not operate like... I mean, I'm pretty sure... I can't think of any other game that treats throws like this one. Like, maybe Melty Blood does, because this is from the developers of Melty Blood, but I've never played that game myself. But in terms of games that I have played, every single time that you throw tech, both characters are reset. Oh, that sucks. Both characters are reset to neutral. Like, there's no advantage or disadvantage for either player. In this game, the person who performs the throw escape... Damn! That was ballsy. The person that performs the throw escape gets frame advantage at the end by a pretty significant margin, I think. I think it's something like 6 frames or 8 frames of advantage after throw tech. So it actually is, like, you kind of saw it right there, like, both times the person ran up, and the other person kind of just saw that as a throw and tried to throw themselves, and then the person that was running up got the throw tech and got offensive advantage thanks to it, by making them initiate the throw and then tech. Linne's projectiles are so strong. I mean, it's just so weird to have this character who has such great normals, great special moves all around. Like, a really, really good character. Like, she's barely not S tier in this game. She's very good. And to have a character like that have these projectiles, which are incredibly positive, both on hit and block, like, dang, you just don't expect a character with the tools Linne has to also have projectiles that strong. And so it can get deceptive. I actually just realized just now that Linne is holding the dagger on top of her sword, and there isn't some, like, handle in the middle of her sword she's holding onto. I should also throw out a little bit of character introduction just in case you are ignorant of this game. I can't not give you a lot of detail. I did not spend as much time as I would have wanted, and the character diversity back when I played was not significant. And so, like, when you combine those two factors, that was a nice block. When you combine those two factors, it's a little hard to learn a bunch about characters. But so, I mean, Linne, like that projectile right there, you get so much advantage off of that. Ooh, the counter hit! So Linne is like just pure rushdown. She's a pure rushdown character. She has a reversal. Very good projectile. She has that roll, which is obnoxiously fast. And also, you saw it. It went through projectiles. I don't know if it's otherwise invincible. I have no idea about that, but obviously we've seen it, that it's projectile invincible. Hyde is that jack of all trades, like the typical main character of an anime fighting game, right? He's the Ragna, he's the soul. He has basic projectiles, which are neither good nor bad. He has normals, which are solid. Like, he's just an all-around solid character. Her projectiles, man, they really do frustrate me. Whenever I fought Linne, like, that was the single most frustrating part of ever fighting her, was how good those projectiles were. And I mentioned it time and time again, but it's the biggest reason that frustrates me with Guilty Gear. Is I hate having to sit there stuck in block stun while a character gets, 2 or 3 free mix-ups. It just fucking sucks. It's a nice veil off though. She dead? That was a sick juggle. She's dead. Damn. On a perfect. He's kind of... I mean, it feels like there's just enough downtime in between matches to get frustrating, especially because I have no way... Oh, never mind. I guess I can skip that? But I can't skip this. Because there's no way for me to, like, fast forward through this stuff. So let me know if you're watching. Like, would you prefer if I just... I mean, it's gonna take a pretty significant amount of editing just to cut those parts out, but like I think it might be worth it. I guess it depends on how long I plan to keep doing this. Because like with Guilty Gear, I was just like, I'm just gonna download as many replays as I can, and then, like, I'll record what I have, and I will never look at it again. But this one has the same thing. I wonder if this is where BlazBlue took it from in the first place. I don't recall them having it before this game came out. But they have the same thing where you can just go to a certain page of the rankings available, and they've recently uploaded replays there. Guilty Gear doesn't have it. You just have to go to player profiles and download replays from there. So it's incredible. It would take so much unnecessary work to actually keep track of what's available, of what I've downloaded before and what I haven't, and it's just not worth it. Is Nail off a lot stronger than I gave it credit for? I mean, granted, the fact that it does grid break you when it hits, that's incredibly strong. You get bonus damage throughout, but like, I never really... I've seen it in every single match, sometimes multiple times per match. And I never really saw it prior to these replays. Like, I didn't see it in tournaments, I didn't see it anywhere else. I'm just seeing it a ton here. So I don't know if it's, the online special. I don't know. Damn, the two-way mashing. There it is again. The problem with it, too, is actually that it's kind of like... Oh my god, I can't believe that hit! I actually don't know which Seth landed that. Whoever it did just won the match, for sure. Yeah. Shit, where was I gonna go? There's just enough of a delay in there where, like, you walk up to try and bait something, and then nothing happens, and it's just long enough for you to be like, oh, okay, they're not doing anything, let me resume my offense, and then suddenly, bam, the veil off hits you. It's like there's just enough time in between initiation to it going off to get you impatient and thinking that you can do something. Also, it always frustrates me when people have names that include a character in a game and they don't use that character. So you have Batista using Eltnum. This is actually the most annoying thing about Dark Souls 3 PvP for me. I'm not even, like, I don't care about the gank squads, I don't care about all the other shit. I cared about the 7 billion people that made a character called Guts, and then was running around with, like, an S-stock. Or a dark sword or something like that, not using the great sword, not using heavy armor. Just rolling around with, like, light weapons. Damn, is she gonna, no way she's gonna kill. Holy shit, the minimum damage from that, like, that's just a chunk, a massive chunk. Now, obviously not enough to kill, but a huge chunk of health. Just drained. Oh, we're gonna talk about characters. Eltnum! Same case as Linne. Very, very strong character. Barely not S tier. Like, she's a very good character. You see, like, she has some attacks with a whip. She has a gun. You can actually see her ammo count up there. I think, like, that little gray thing in there is some sort of sweet spots on her reload. I'll have to try and pay attention to see if she does it. And the Gordeau, like we've talked about, this dude, Gordeau is, I mean, honestly, Gordeau and Merkava both are just the absolute masters of rushdown. Like, if you have ever wanted to play an incredibly strong rushdown character in a fighting game, Gordeau and Merkava are your two that you just want. Like, so much of what they do, like, all this pressure that he's doing right now is safe. And it allows him to continue pressure. His frame advantage on the majority of his moves is enormous. And so as long as you, like, have the ability to confirm, that's also invincible. That's an invincible reversal. See, like, right there, you see her bullets are glowing. I wasn't paying attention. I should have been. So that's what I was talking about with canceling before. Like, if he had just let that 5C rock, he would be in a massive disadvantage right now. He actually, oh, never mind, he had great art yet. No, actually, she might live. Definitely live. No, she's, oh my god, this Eltnum pressure, though. But you're seeing, like, him standing there and just D-blocking. Look how much grid he got. He got grid advantage thanks to that. Ooh, the punish, though! That was a godlike punish by that Gordeau. But yeah, so I think when the bullets are glowing, that means she hit the sweet spot, and maybe there's, like, you get bonus damage when you use gun moves, something, I don't know. But that is something that probably a very quick Google search, or at least, like, a look into Eltnum's wiki, would likely give you the answer there. So she definitely hit the sweet spot. You see they're glowing. That's generally how, like, I mean, in any FPS I've played that has a system like that, where they have a sweet spot where if you reload and hit it, you pretty much always get powered up shots. Ooh, the grid break! That's huge against Gordeau. Like, not being able to, because like I just mentioned, his frame advantage is enormous. So I don't know if that was a mistake or a call out. Because what he did right there is the anti-air version of his command grab. And so, like I said, I don't know if that was an attempt to call out somebody trying to jump away from his command grab or what. Look at that, right? That is how intimidating Gordeau is, man. Like, that's if you're a good Gordeau, that's the kind of stuff you can do. Because his offense is just, you can't screw with it. You just cannot. We got our girl Nanase. I can talk all kinds of stuff about Nanase. Bottom 3 character. Just get that out of the way first. She's very weak because she doesn't really, I mean, it's kind of just a factor of, like, she's not terrible, but she's just not strong enough in relation to the rest of the cast. Her options just aren't good enough. Her frame, I mean, she's basically disadvantageous in, like, everything. In all of her moves. And a lot of people let her, like in my experience, a lot of people let her get away with things that she should not be getting away with. But ultimately, it's just the simple fact that, like, if you try to run mix-up with her, it's all guessing. Okay, well, she's probably about to die. She might actually die here. Like, that was so much damage, though. Ooh, that's the dirtiness, though. She's got some legitimately dirty stuff off of using that float. Oh, wow. I've never seen this combo before. This is godlike! It only did 3,000 damage! Oh my goodness, I can't believe that throw killed. Like, that Nanase should not have won that match. Oh, those projectiles also terrible. I shouldn't say terrible. They have their uses. But, like, I mean, that's kind of the big story about Nanase in general, is just that her hitboxes do not match what the animations look like. So, like, you will notice your sword or, you know, any kind of, like, the wind animation she has will just be going straight through people. For no particularly good reason. Oh, that's great for you. It's so strong. I cannot overstate how stronger it is. Awkward. Should definitely just be shield blocking those, so that she gets great advantage. See that right there? Like, you saw him walk back a little bit first before he threw out the normal. If that walk back had not happened at all, he would have gotten the punish. So that's something that a lot of Nanases get away with. And you can't really blame people for letting her get away with it, because the follow-ups that she can do, she can hit you instead, and if she does hit you, she gets a full follow-up to it. What's that? Worth it? I don't think so, man. Like, look how much damage she got. Practically nothing, but she used all of her meter for it. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess you do build back meter mad fast. Like, she's already almost back at 100. That was a nice float to get away, and now he's dead. That was clutch. I was not thinking Nanase was going to pull that out. So we haven't really talked about Seth. He is also considered a bottom 3 character. Shouldn't really use the term bottom 3. Should use bottom 4. Chaos, Akatsuki, Nanase, Seth. I don't know where those 4 like fall in terms of each other. I just know that pretty much everybody considers them to be the bottom of the barrel. But very tricky movement, very strong set play stuff that he has available to him. It's just that off of that set play, he doesn't get much. And so it's almost like, if you imagine, like, let me just equate it to Chip and Guilty Gear, where Chip actually does huge damage, like a lot more than you would expect a character like Chip to do. Chip is the perfect example of a glass cannon type design. But instead of Seth being a glass cannon, he's more of a glass BB gun, if that makes any sort of sense. And also, he has just as little health as Chip. And so it becomes problematic in a game where damage output can get as insane as it does in this game. Now, you want to talk about set play, though. That Byakuya rules that game. Like, he probably has the dirtiest setups in the game, I would say. I don't know 100%, but in my experience, I would say this character has the absolute... Maybe Carmine might beat him on that. Say it's probably about equal between Carmine and Byakuya, who has the dirtier, kind of like 50-50 mix-up available to him. But the problem is that, like, I think Byakuya is stronger in neutral. Like, Carmine requires a little bit of work to get going first, whereas Byakuya doesn't really need that. Oh, see, that's the strength of having a projectile, is you can just put out and wait for it to activate. It gives you so many options. And that's a huge thing too, like, it forces your opponent to do something. Even if that something is nothing, you know that they're stuck doing that one thing, and you can react to that. Like, that's such a huge advantage to have in a match. So personally, if I was to, I would say Seth. I would actually not really consider Seth a bottom tier character. I think he's a bit too good for that. But that is just one dumb person's opinion. Chaos, I really don't know that much about. I mean, he can control that little dragon dude similarly to Carl's dolls. It kind of just stays out and active. It doesn't act like Relius's or Carl's dolls, where like if they're out, you can actually hit them. It's only when it's active. Actually, no, that's more like Shadow Labrys, right? Because Shadow Labrys, no, actually, you have to hold down the button for Shadow Labrys' persona to block, right? But it's only when it's actively doing something that it's hittable. And so you saw, like, the Gordeau tried to hit it right there and it didn't happen, and he actually got whiff punished for it. And so ultimately, like, I will freely admit, I don't think I played a single Chaos when I played this game. So if you want to look at any one character I'm probably the most ignorant about, I would say it's actually probably a tie between Chaos and Ori. Are probably the two that I'm most just have no knowledge of whatsoever. I just know that he's not considered very good. But currently he's beating one of the top 3, so obviously he's not. That is a big thing about this game. I would say everybody is viable. Whereas, like, you know, for instance, in BlazBlue, I would argue, like, Bullet, for instance, is not. Many people would argue Kagura is not. And he also doesn't say, I don't think that actually works. Ooh, that was a sick frame trap that did not get confirmed. Yeah, like, Veil Off is all over the place, man. He might be dead thanks to the Veil Off. Number one, he gets a ton of extra meter, plus the bonus damage, and he has control of grid, which I think gives him even more. Yeah, like 634 extra bonus damage right there, and he could have definitely continued that combo if he wanted to. There was just no need for it. I should have tried to go and find a match that didn't have... Can I actually cancel? Ah, whatever. I was going to say I should have gone and tried to go and find a match with characters that have not been featured yet, but whatever. That's actually very strong. It's deceptively strong. Because it relies on, you know, just pure... Why is somebody calling me? Pure human reaction. Where you just... There's just this natural instinct that you have when somebody's like in your face for too long to throw tech. And that's exactly what that baits. You just run up in somebody's face, then you do the little hop, the command hop that's available to you, and then I don't know if that was worth grid breaking yourself off of that. I don't know if that was worth it, man. We'll see. Oh, yep, it was worth it. She won. That's how you determine whether or not something was actually worth it. Did you win or not? He's so fast. Oh my god, that projectile. That's a shame. She had confirmed that. Linne would have just won the match. Yeah, I guess I should be using Veil Off a lot myself. Well, anyway, duty calls.